Hey guys, RC here. Welcome back to our Dwarf Fortress playthrough. And this is Coppersack. Sounds a little painful, but that's okay. We have had two groups of migrants come in. We are in the 28th day of the 8th month of year 252, which is our first year. Let's see. Our next person to look at is Sam, so we'll pull that up real quick. Let's see, view unit, thoughts and preferences. All right, there is Sam Bolted Bow. He is one of our miners. His thoughts, what he's going through, what he's thinking about, and you can take a look at that at your leisure. Let's take a look at his relationships, still just tied in with the initial 6 people he came with. He is one of our initial 7. And if we come back to the game and open up Dwarf Fortress, it's already open, isn't it? If we open up Therapist and we sort by, let's sort by migration wave first. You can see we had 6 people come in our second. And we covered that in the last episode. We had 11 people just come in a few minutes ago, right before I started recording. I have placed them in. And then if we sort out by profession, you will notice a couple of things jump out. I have added a couple of archers, Chris and Gamzee Makara. We have Das Tactic, our axe dwarf from the second episode. RC is a spear dwarf, and Brian Schwartz is a swords dwarf. So they all have skills in the military tree in those appropriate weapons, as you can see. So let's go back to labors. We have added 2 fishermen in this most recent one. The reason I did that is I noticed that there were some turtles floating around. And those are always good to have, because if you have turtles on your map, somebody inevitably is going to want a turtle shell for a artifact of some sort. And so we need to go out and catch them. So we're going to have to utilize fishermen a little bit, but we're not going to have a ton, and that's fine. We're going to put Stardog and Duseem. Now, we have not named Duseem. In fact, I may rename Stardog, but right now it was either a fisherman or a hauler, and the haulers were all they're going to be doing is hauling stone and wood. So I felt they were not worthy of names, so we're going to probably leave those 2 unnamed. We've added a 3rd mason. We have added a 3rd miner. And that I thought I named that person. Nope, that person's unnamed as of yet too. In fact, let's go ahead and let's do that. And then our miner. We'll make that Stardog. Mining is a little bit better than fishing, I think. At least they'll become legendary added at some point. Let's see, what else? We had added in a 2nd stonecrafter before. We have the 2 archers. So we have a little bit of a military going on. So let's get back into the game here. I want to make sure I've got my timer going. All right, first thing I want to do is they have finally moved these items outside, and we're going to set them to training. And the other thing I want to do, this is the easiest way to do it. So Daz is already our axe leader, so we're going to take these 2 guys and add them to the squad there. All right, and then we're going to come into here, and there you can see RC and Brian have been added to the, oh, did I spell Brian's name wrong? B-R-Y-A-N, nope. Must just be letters, must just be spacing. All right, well, that's fine. His name is correct in the game. Just wanted to make sure. All right, so we have these guys. I think we had equipped Daz with an axe. Let's check equip. Yep, so he's got a shield and a training axe. So I do want to come in now and make... Let's make 10 more shields. I traded off the rest of the ones that I had made before. We had a trade caravan come in. We have added to our resources. And so they will start training out here. I'm going to make a couple of archery stands out there. Let's see, how do I want to do this? How about right there? And weapon rack. We'll put that right there. Okay. I'm trying to get them to train outside this time so my military does not become sunsick. The ones that work underground will become sunsick. So we definitely want these guys training above ground as much as we can to avoid that. Let's see. So I want 6 rock statues, just basic ones. And let's see if I can get any details. How about we make that out of microline? I like that. And related to the site, filter, copper, sack. All right. So there we go. So they'll make 6 statues related to Coppersack. They will decide what those images will be, but it will have something to do with our little settlement here. Let's see. All right, so I've already set up, let's see, wood sword. Let's go with one of those. Q. A wood spear. Let's go with one of those. And I can come down here. All right, I need to tear that down. I do need to build a bower's workshop. I'm going to put that out here. I don't believe I have a bowyer though, so let's go to roles. My carpenter would be the first guy that I would think of, but nope. All right, my crafter could do that. Oh. There he is. All right. Sometimes when you double, have 2 or 3 people selected at a time, you have to unselect or it'll get all kind of screwy there. Let's make, okay, so he's going to be my crossbow maker. Then I need a wood crafter. Now that should probably be my carpenter first and foremost. I can use one of my crafters. Let me throw in Mike as a clother. That'll be like a secondary job for him. I don't want my masons really getting off task. And I think my stone crafters will have enough going on, which is okay. All right, so let's do... I want to come down here, and I want to dig this area out. All right, I want to do that, and then let's dig out an area there and there. That'll work. All right, so they'll come start digging that out. All right, now, since I have gone ahead a little bit, let's kind of catch up here. So I've decided I want to extend this wall, and I have begun building staircases up on the outside here because what I want to do is cover this area with the bridge, so when the bridge closes here, this is sealed in and nothing can climb out or over to get away. And then I'll remove those staircases. So that's the thought process there. I have started building my floor out here. I do need to make some, actually, you know what I could do? Build 10, 20, 30. Let me build 30 of those. And then 30 more. And then that'll be, I can start putting traps in here because I want traps for when I actually open this up. And what I may do is actually stretch that to both sides. Then it's trapped from either direction, but it allows access to either direction. Okay, these guys are fishing. Good. All right, we've got our wall coming out here. That's good. All right, we had to suspend a wall right here. Okay, that's fine. We'll unsuspend it. This is going to be like an archer's tower. All right, I do want to set those guys to training. And then I need to create a new squad appointed by this leader. All right, and I want to look and see on my military skill, archers and teacher. So Gamzee Makara by far the better teacher of the two. All right, so we want to appoint him first. All right, there he is. And then Chris was the second guy. And that will name, this will be Gamzee's Grunts. We do need to assign them some ammunition, so we're going to add bolts. They'll use those. That's good. All right. All right, they're still waiting on that. All right, so I wanted to extend this wall. All right, well, we'll try to get that going. Okay, B, C, track stop to the north. There. All right. P and ammo right here and right there. All right. No bins. We want these to be just bolts. And then, yeah, no wheelbarrows, no bins. Take from links only. And bolts only. And then we want to, so this will be our ammo dump. I do not have a mine cart, so we're going to put our track there, set to give, set to take, enable, forbid, bolts only. All right, and wood minecart. Let's go ahead and make 5 of those for right now. And wood wheelbarrows. Let's make 6 of those. All right, so I do want a Craftsdorf shop up here. And then that will be just for bolts. We'll set that up to make bolts, and then bolts will come to here. Alright. They're still suspending this wall, so I'm going to have to probably move those, but that's okay. We won't worry about it right now. Alright, so we've got... Let me make a job for Q wood crossbow. And let's make 10 of those. And did I set some shields? Yes, I did. Alright, so military equip. Alright, he can take an almond shield and a walnut shield. He'll take an apricot shield. Oh, actually, you know what? I do have... Alright, we'll give him the bronze crossbow to start. Alright, I have a couple of axes, a couple of training axes. Actually, I meant to sell those, but that's okay. No shield, so we have to wait on that. We do need to get carpentry out here, but that's okay too. Alright, let's see what else. Alright, so we're coming down here. Alright, let me get started here. Wood, bolts, and we'll just put that on repeat. Well, let me give them a length. If I get down to 150, get me back up to 300. I think that'll work. HB. Nope, no vehicle yet. All right, so while we're waiting on that, so we have this wood area. We're going to have a wood stockpile. We've got some wood production rooms, our stockpile for bolts. So they have quick access to it from upstairs, and a wood stock room for anything created basically here. Moving down, we've got our farms, of course. We have added some nest boxes for some egg-laying creatures that we have gotten. We've got our a few small stockpiles, and I went ahead and added a jewel crafter up here just to have it out of the way. This is a new area, just digging it out. Now, you'll come in here, and then we'll have this where we will have our Hall of Memories. This is where we'll put up memorial slabs for anybody that's killed or any creatures that we kill. And then these inlets will be for military personnel that die, and we can put their coffin and a memorial slab in here. We will have one small tomb, probably for our first military person to fall in combat. And then we will open this up, and we will have the crypts. And basically, we'll have an open area. We can put some chairs in there to sit, you know, because the Dwarves like to revere their dead. We'll probably put some statues in there, and then we'll have 9 coffins per crypt. And I'll expand that as needed. Then you'll come down this hallway, and I want to make these out of metal, silver, copper, whatever. Oh, I do want to get these smoothed out very quickly. At least those two. And then everything else can be, you know, later on. Because I want to get those set up for the end of the first year here, which is coming pretty quickly. I mean, we're in the 9th month. So I won't worry about that. But wait, basically what we'll do is we will engrave 2 pillars annually at the turn of the calendar with memories of that year of things that have occurred in the fortress. And we'll have 2 pillars per year. And then I usually do the outer walls every 5 years as kind of a recap. So, we could do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. This would be a 30-year room if we ever would get that far, which we won't. But it would get us to that point. And then this will be our artifacts room. In fact, I want to come up here. We will make this for any furniture. Well, settings. All right, so the first thing is Forbid artifact only. All right, and I don't care what it's made out of. We will also have finished goods. Same thing, artifacts only. A lot of times I put this in my dining room. This is just, you know, a little different setup. Weapons. Let's go ahead and do weapons. Except for artifacts only. Same thing for armor. And I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else that we'll make that'll be artifact quality. And then I'll open a second artifact room here. And then these doors I would like to make out of gold or silver. And I will eventually replace these probably. All right, so they're already coming to do that. I do want to... get this room smoothed out. And then, like I said, we can come down here. And we can get that room smoothed out. That room smoothed out. Well, maybe if I would do the whole thing, that would be good, huh? All right, and then once they do the pillars, then I will... actually, you know what I can do? I can come over here. We can do that. And that. And that. Does that work? I think that works. All right, so that's going to be our Hall of Memories, basically. Working our way down, we've got that stuff. Oh, that was up. All right, next level down, we are going to make this our dining room. And we have already gotten that smoothed out. We're going to make that a meeting hall. We do have some pillars in here that we can engrave. I'm probably not going to put doors here just to make it easy in and out. I have a drink and a prepared food stockpile. And what did I put here? Finished goods. Oh, that's for mugs. Okay, because that way they don't have to go. That way they don't have to go all the way up to the storeroom to get a mug to come get a drink here. So there will be some mugs here. All right, going down from there, this is going to be our living quarters that we start hollowing out. There you can see I have gotten my traction bench. I've gotten 2 beds to each operating table, and one operating table in between 2 beds does cover both beds. So I've got 6 beds, 3 operating tables. I have 2 chests in here, and there's a mood. All right, well, while it's paused, we'll go finish that. All right, we do have our well, so we have access to water. This is our doctor's offices, the beds, and I was telling you about, we can look at the hospital information. So we have 6 beds, 5 tables, 1 traction bench, 2 bags or boxes. We have our full complement of thread and cloth, splints and crutches, well over the amount of powder that we need, buckets. The only thing I need to work on is soap. And then everything else below there is actually closed off, I think. Yeah, because these were our test rooms. Okay, then we're down to our workshops. I did add another mason shop, so I have 2 craftsdwarfs, 2 masons, and a mechanic shop. And I do want to extend this out, and I want this for only stone, no artifacts, no mechanisms, no large pots or barrels. All right, checking that, we have 246 drink, 179 seeds, 775 food stores, population of 24. So things are going well. If we look at the kitchen, I have turned off cooking for anything that's brewable. Oh, I have not done that yet. Let's go back up to here, to the still, and I want to brew all fruit. So all those fruits that we just bought from that you didn't see. All right, so we do have a couple of coffins in here, so we can start placing those. He has claimed a workshop. Now this will be our first artifact, so it should be relatively simple, and all he's saying he wants is rock. And this is Darren Zen. All right, so Darren is a stone crafter. If we look at his labor right now, he has a skill of 6 in stone crafting. And so hopefully when he makes this, he will jump up to a 20 skill level, and that'll be awesome. But we'll let him do about his business. We're back up to the surface. Well, if there's no... Oh, that's something I need to do. I need to come down to my kitchens to this level. No, this level. And I need to make this a number 1 priority because we need to put that in here. We want to do that. Y'all come dig that out for me real quick. I can get the fishery put in so they can actually do something with the fish. That would be helpful. I think, tell you what, when you finish that, come back over here and let's make a room for dogs and cats. Bee workshop, fishery. All right. We'll put a door in here. There you go. I do want to put a floor in there so we don't get all covered up with all right, we're the first day of the 10th month, so we're entering winter of our first year. And you can see, well, I can't, yeah, here we go. You can see I've got rock pots in here instead of wood barrels now coming in because I didn't want to make those. I like the rock pots for storage, just a personal preference, but they both work. Do have some food, so I'm wondering though, if, and if you're watching the video and you know the answer to this, does food only store into barrels or will they store into pots as well? I'll have to keep an eye on that. Let's see. So we have 2 people. My archer and... Oh, that's something else I need to make. Let's come down to here. I can make my leather workshop right here. And I can make my clother shop right here. And we'll put our doors in. And then I can put in my stockpiles into these 2 rooms. And then I can go up to my storage room. I believe that should be the first 2, leather and cloth. And we will delete those so they will move it to the appropriate place. All right, well, that's a good stopping point. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.